everybody! How are you? Oh my gosh, it has been way too long. But not because I didn't want to come in video, mostly because I have just been crazy busy. So, uh, excuse me, if you're new to my channel, my name is Chris. I'm coming to you live from my stamping room in Worthington, Minnesota. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I have been a demonstrator for 8 years, and I do in-person card buffet, and I try to do live videos, but it's been a hot minute. So um, there's so many things that I could talk to you about today. Let me first start by telling you that the last chance, or what used to be called the retired list, has been refreshed, and there are some really, really cool things on the last chance list. One of my favorites, two of my favorites. One is the plaster painting 3D embossing folder. It was $12. It's now $10.80. And my other favorite on the last chance list right now are the all zipped up dies. I am going to be making some fun things with this zipper. These dies were $32 and now they're $28.80. So not a huge discount on those, but yet cheaper than what they were. So, yikes. Okay, in color. Everything that has an in color in it is on sale. So one of those things is what I'm going to be working with today. These are the in color 6x6 papers, and I'll show you all of them, but they're the 25-27 in color 6x6 papers. All of the in color stuff is 15% off. So anything that has in color in it, like even my new favorite DSP, the Painterly Pears, it has in colors in it, so it is on the 15% off sale. Anything with in colors in it. Okay, so let me turn the camera down, and we're gonna make a card or two using the in colors. So let me show you what they are so you can decide if you want them or not. And I'll show you both sides. Hi Cindy, how's your recovery going? And hello Beth, thanks for joining me. Okay, let's see. I thought I had these sorted out so that you could see one of each. Oh, that would have been way too simple. Anyway, all right, here's Darling Duckling, and the back side of that looks like this. And then here's the next Darling Duckling, and the back side looks like this. I love the striped ones. All right. And then we've got Timid Tiger, and the back side, and Timid Tiger, and the striped. Slide those up. Okay, then we have Secret Sea, my favorite new color. The back side, that, and the stripe. And then we have Cloud Cover. This is the one that we had a few issues with the ink pads, so some of you may or may have not gotten this ink pad. I did, and it worked out just fine. And then I guess I don't need more room. The last one is Strawberry Slush, and I've used all of my sheets of that except this one. Here's the back side, the leaf pattern, and the stripe. So those are all of the in color papers. Cindy, that's good news. Cindy had knee surgery, and she says she's doing better than she thought she would be doing. the ribbons, the dimensional or the embellishments, the solid colored cardstock, anything in these colors or anything that contains these colors is 15% off this month. So, all right, let's get started. I think I need that piece for my card, but I'll set it up here and see. Okay, so, you know what? Let's just start with this one. All right, I have a piece of 8.5 by 11 cardstock cut in half and scored in the middle. It seems a little dark, and I've even got my ring light on. Let me move this down. Well, that's not gonna help. It just seems dark. There isn't a sun out today, so maybe that's the problem. Let me make sure the light. Okay, is that a little better? That's a little better. All right, so I've got an 8.5 by 11 piece of white cardstock. Hi, Mary. Folded, cut in half, and scored at 5.5. That's my card base. Then I have another piece of white cardstock that is 4 inches by 5 1/4. So it's just a little smaller than my card base. Okay, so let's set the card base aside, and then let's go to this. I took a piece of the cloud cover, this one right here, and I've cut out, and I'm going to finish this live for you. I've cut out a few of these flowers, and you can see, let's see, where was I on here? Well, looks like right here. Okay. So, not that that's important, but I just wanted to show you that when you fussy cut, sometimes it's good to get the bigger portion. Like right here, you see how this is running into my hand? I don't like that. It makes me cut crooked. So I'm gonna move over here where it's not in my way. When you fussy cut, and now I'm going to keep going here, and I'm going to just cut this off because it's in my way. When you fussy cut, you want the V part of your scissor to do the work, and you just want to maneuver your paper with your other hand. I know fussy cutting is not for everyone. I will say that it does take patience and practice, but if you learn to like fussy cutting, you will do it in the car or when you're watching TV, and it's just a really good way, in my opinion, to get another whole bang for your buck on your DSP. Okay, so I've got the flowers cut out. Now I'm going to bring in the most fabulous, in my opinion, trimmer of all trimmers. Let me move this over just a little bit. I have had so many trimmers in my lifetime, and I really do think that the Stampin' Up! One has been the best one for me. I just think that I like that there's a scoring blade right on it, which I usually keep at the top. I think the blades last a long time. I love that you can go out to, well, 12 inches. I don't know why I would ever need to go out to 17 inches, but if I do, I can. I really love that the right here where this ledge is 6 inches. And that this major line right here is 5.5, because that's a measurement that I use quite often. So I love the trimmer. All right, I'm going to cut this piece of paper. Let me bring in my little tiny ruler. I want these pieces to be, I think, 2.5 inches. All right, so I'm going to cut this at 2.5. Save that for another project. And then I'm going to just trim the whole thing at a 1/2 inch. So I think I need to sharpen my blade. Or not sharpen it, but replace it. And I want to keep these, I already messed that up, I think. I want to keep these in the order that I'm cutting them in. Alright, so 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch. I don't know how many I'm going to need. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe I'll just do the whole thing. 1/2 inch. Oops. Oh, lost my line there for a second. 1/2 inch. What's everybody doing today? It is hot and humid. I am in the house for the rest of the day. I've already been out to the fairgrounds to check on my open class entries, so that was kind of fun. Got lots of blue ribbons. Hi Donna from Washington, thanks for joining me. So yeah, there were several people out at the fair already looking at displays, so that was fun. Alright, now I'm going to bring in my liquid glue, because I am a green glue fan. A couple adjustments here on my camera. Alright, so I've got this piece that is cut a 1/4 of an inch smaller than the card front. And now I'm going to glue these, keeping them in order, so that the pattern, I guess it isn't going to matter the way I'm doing this. Never mind, it didn't matter, because I am placing them askew. And I'm just eyeballing so that they are about the same distance apart. Yeah, I don't know why I thought I had to keep those in order. Many other times when I've done cards like this. Cindy saw my cards at the fair. Cindy, you got to the fair? Oh my goodness. Cindy just had knee surgery. You're already wandering around at the fair. Good for you. Yes, I entered some cards. I entered some paper projects, a scrapbook page, some table favors. Yeah. My good friend Nancy Hofste is a big proponent of the open class at the fair. I think I'm going to stop there. It's not quite even here, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to even that out with the flowers. How about? My glue really wants to come out today. Alright, so have any of you used the foam adhesive sheets? I kind of have a love-hate relationship with the foam adhesive sheets, and you'll see why. In my little container here where I keep my dimensionals, I have them in here. So this is what the sheet looks like. And I love them because you can cut the size that you want, but when I have too many, they end up just bothering me in my little container there, because they get in between everything. So I am gonna now, as long as I have this going, debut a potential project or product that my friend Elaine gave me. So many of you have asked me about my little cup that I put my dimensional pieces in. You can see there's some in there. So typically what I would do is take my pick tool, pop this off, and then drop it in here. And then when this is empty, you just empty it. This is a product that was sold at the Dollar Tree for people who work with vinyl, and it's called a weeding cup. So all the little pieces of vinyl that they were picking off. Hi Donna, thanks for joining me. They would put in here, and then when it's filled, you dump it, and then you just don't end up with all those little scraps. Well, I can't find them, but I mentioned them to my friend Elaine Walker, and she brought me these yesterday. She said they're from the baby aisle. They're for snacks, so I'm going to try it. Let's go ahead and see if it works or not. I think the spaces are too big, so we'll see. Alright, so I've got my dimensional on the back here. I'm going to pick this off with my pick tool. And yeah, it would work, wouldn't it? That one I'm just putting in by hand. Alright, let's try another one. I don't know if you need a cup with an elephant on it, but yes, Elaine, it will work. Thank you. She actually brought me 2 of them. And so if you are, this one has a bear on it. So there's an elephant and a bear. They close, so you're not going to lose all of your scraps. But what do you guys think? Think it's worth $1.25 to put your dimensional backs in a little I don't know, toddler snack cup? There you go. If you're local and you want one, see, now this is what's going to annoy me. I have one left, and I'm going to put that in my little basket over here, and it's just going to annoy me because it's going to be floating around. Alright, so now we're putting these on here, and I'm overlapping them. Cindy T. Rink says, I need that. Well, Dollar Tree it is. Dollar Tree it is. Alright, look how easy that is. And I have some left so that I can start on another card. And remember, I don't need to keep them in order. Alright, now I'm going to put a sentiment on here. So let's set that to the side. We're done with this for now. Spring corners. I do not believe, yes, this one must also be on last chance. It was 20, it's now 18. So spring corners. But I want to show you, like, I've never quite ended up with the perfect card where I'm going to put the words over the edges. So I'm going to show you what to do if you don't want them going over an edge. Alright, so I've already done a little stamp surgery. I already cut this, so this stamp actually came this way. And I trimmed it right here because I wanted to use the verse so that it sat on my card this way. Well, now I'm going to I'm not going to trim that, but I am going to trim the sentiment. Alright, let's see. I think I'm going to do this in Strawberry Slush. Let me grab that. It's over here. I hope. I just got back from Card Buffet yesterday. Strawberry Slush. Oh, here it is, sitting right next to me so that I would have it ready. I had Card Buffet yesterday though, so I was thinking that maybe some of my supplies were in the Card Buffet. Alright, do you see how I save my strips of paper when I have to trim them? So these are going to be, I think, useful right now. I need that width, I think. All right, let's see if this fits. So, yes, I think this will work. So strawberry slush, remember I already cut this, but you could do the same thing even if you hadn't cut it. Okay, Donna says that's a great idea to cut these apart. So, thank you, Donna. Donna will be performing stamp surgery next time she pulls out that stamp set. All right, so now I've stamped them as sort of as they were intended, but I still don't want them this big, okay? So now I'm going to snip in kind of a, I don't want them perfectly rectangular. I don't mind if they're kind of a wonky shape. So now we've got wishing you, wishing you, and amazing. Do you see how they're kind of wonky? If you wanted them rectangles, that would be fine too. Sometimes that's hard to do when you're cutting apart the words that are so close. So then you have to maybe stamp them a couple different times. Okay, wishing you an amazing day. And now one more thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just gently set, very gently, each side on the ink pad so that you get, so that they're outlined. Okay. And try not to get inky fingers. Wishing, you see how it makes them pop? I'm really actually kind of impressing myself by not getting ink on my fingers, because as soon as I do, I'm going to pick up the next piece and get ink on it. That one got a little close to the letter D, and that's kind of what I'm speaking of when the words are close together. Okay, let's get rid of the ink. Now I'm going to pull in my mini dimensionals, and I'm going to, whoops, pop these all up. Can you guys see what I'm doing? I feel like I'm so far away from the camera. Wishing you, I think I'm going to put 3 on this one. Do you use your dimensionals in straight rows like I do, or do you pull them off randomly? It's not super important to me, but I think I tend to, obviously, go in straight rows. Crazy. Crazy. All right. Well, okay, let's continue using my new little cup from Elaine. The rubber part on the top is definitely firmer than the one, oh, see now these little ones, I don't know. The little ones, well, maybe, I just got to get used to the angle maybe. The rubber is firmer than the pink one. I think it's going to be more useful with the bigger dimensionals, like that first one that I used. Alright, I'm going to lay these out kind of upside down. Wishing you an amazing day, so that I get them placed. I kind of want the bottom of this card heavy, so the majority of the wishing you an amazing day. I keep saying it over and over so I don't put the words in the wrong order. Now, I could have just started near the top and spread them all out evenly, but just kind of wanted them on the bottom. Don't ask me why. All right, remember, a little bit of glue goes a long way. I love it. It kind of feels like Hawaii to me. Oh, I could have put this on dimensionals. I should have. I should have popped this layer up. All right, too late. Too bad, so sad. All right, let me bring in some in color jewels. There we go. And it looks like I have the right colors left over. Let's see. Cindy, I think you would have inky fingers. I'm going to agree with that. Beth, yeah, the edges, doesn't that just help? I mean, it really makes them pop off of the page. And Donna, you pull them off willy-nilly. All right, well, we all have our own styles, don't we? Okay, let's see. I think we'll go with this cloud cover, huh? Let's put one there and one there. You know, you're always supposed to put even, you know what? I'm going to mix it up and put a summer splash, or a strawberry slush right there. All right. And there you have it. I typically leave the insides empty until I know that I need them. But I always stamp the back, and typically with the color of ink that I happen to have open. If you don't have a personalized stamp, then just put your initials on the back. Okay? So, there you have it. I don't know if I love the two different colors of mixed embellishments or not. Now, I see that I did get a little ink right here. And so I'm going to bring in my sand eraser for just those moments. This is an Amazon product. It's called a sand eraser for ink, and it's by Tombow, and I think it wasn't super cheap. I mean, I want to say it was like $5.95, but I'll tell you what, it took that ink right off. So it's not going to take off big blotches, but it is going to take little pieces off. So there you have it. Card 1. Now, let's go ahead and make another one. So, by the way, that card was inspired by Laura Beecham. I believe she's an Australian stamper. Okay. What am I doing next? All right, we're starting with this. Let's get that one out of the way. Bringing in my trimmer. I am going to show you, I mentioned a little bit ago that I feel like my blade is getting dull. So, I'm taking a piece of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. Now I'm going to make my card base for my card number 2. there we go. So what I do typically is I score this at 4 1/4, and then I cut it in half. And this is where I was saying that I love that that line is such a nice dramatic line there, because so often this is the fold you need, or the cut you need. So, well, of course it didn't do it now today, but yesterday I felt like I was really getting kind of a hairy edge. So I have this little sanding block. Well, Les or Tony, I'm not sure who's watching, but thank you to joining me as a newbie. Oh yes, thanks for joining the Kevin's training too. So, who's with me today, Les or Tony? And where are you located? So I have this sanding block. I think you can get these in the hardware aisle by the sandpaper. This one is from a company that is no longer available, but it just cleans off the edge of that paper just so simply. Okay, so now this one goes in my slot right in front of me here, so I already have, well, sometimes it does, but it's stuck on something. I have a card base ready for the next card. Okay, so there's my card base, and then I want the inside. So I have decided that my insides do not always have to be 4 by 5 1/4. And this is a little tip that I got from Robin. No, not Robin. Rose Coleman, who's in Canada. So she takes her 8 1/2 by 11 paper, cuts it in half at 4 1/4, and then she cuts Northeast Tony. This is Tony, okay, near northeastern Pennsylvania. You've been in demo since 2019. Okay, well, I'm glad you love new ideas. I don't know if I have any new ones today, but maybe new to you. And then she takes this piece and cuts this 2 3/4. I'm going back and forth a few times because it moved. Because I'm doing 2 sheets of paper, which sometimes when I go that direction, see, things don't always work perfectly for everybody. Okay, that one is going to have to be dolled up. Okay, I'm going to go from this way. Sorry, bad example. 2 3/4. I need to go down when I'm doing 2 pieces of paper. And then you end up with a piece that is 2 3/4. Now, I messed that one up because it moved in my trimmer, so this one's going to be a little smaller. But what I'm learning to do is let go of the fact that the inside piece has to be the full sheet. So you'll see when I get to the inside that I'm going to decorate that, and nobody, the recipient, will care that it wasn't a full sheet. Alright, so card base, card inside. Let's set it here, that darn glare. And then I wanted to show you that I have this piece of cardstock that I got ink on when I was playing yesterday. Okay, Tony is saying he does the same thing with a smaller insert. I'm not the only one. And there was a little ink blob on there, but I'm not going to throw away this. This was more than would erase on with my fancy little eraser that I just showed you. And so I'm just going to cover it, and no one will know. All right. So I've pre-cut out of the Lemon Lolly, Darling Duckling, in color piece of paper. I have pre-cut some of these leaves, okay? 2 of the leaves. We're going to set those up there. and I have cut a strip, and this is the back side, and I've torn it. Alright, and those are both Darling Duckling. Now I'm going to take a piece of, where did it go? Where did it go? Seriously. I already started it. Didn't I? Oh, it's that one with the hole in it. Okay, we want this piece. Alright. This idea also was inspired, ooh, I forgot the name of the person right now. This is not my original idea though. I am going to find, I don't know, I'm just going to pick this spot here, and I'm going to start fussy cutting. But I am not going to disconnect them from each other. I want one fussy cut piece when I'm done. So bear with me. I didn't want to do this ahead of time because I wanted you to see what I'm doing here. Let's keep that leaf. And let's lose the other leaf. Well, let's go down here and see what happens. I forgot about the hole cut out of this, so I hope that I don't regret where I started. I think I'll be okay. I think I'll be okay. Alright. What is Donna saying? Oh good, Donna uses those dimensions too. It just really saves on that white paper. You know, paper's gone up in price, and so we all have to save when we can, don't we? I'm going to go around that leaf and around that petal. Okay, I think I'm going to stop there. Okay, so now you'll see why it was okay to use this piece of paper that had the black blob on it, because I'm going to be adhering this right to it. Alright, I'm also going to stamp a sentiment on a white scrap, so let's use one of these that just got all ratty. Okay, so set that aside. And my sentiment says, thinking of you brings a smile to my face. And I'm again going to use Strawberry Slush. Get that out of the way, and as long as I've got my ink open, I will go ahead and stamp the back. And then I can close my ink. Okay, I'm going to go off camera here because you all know how to die cut, but I'm die cutting this out on my Stamp Cut Emboss machine, which I should have set up before, but didn't, and now it's fine. Hopefully getting this nice and centered. Looks like I probably could have stamped that a little bit more in the center, but again, no worries. Alright, so I've got Washington in the house and Pennsylvania in the house. I've got Worthington, Minnesota watching. Elaine! Elaine, did you see that I was using my little elephant? Elaine has the one with the hedgehog on it. Breaks over. Oh, she can't watch anymore because she's on her break. Robin is watching, so that's South Dakota. Good, we've got a nice representation of the United States, I think. I don't know if we have anybody watching from abroad. All right, so I am going to fussy cut just a little more of this for my inside. I think I already said this, but ooh, gads, it's getting hot here. Very, very humid. I know it's not hot like Arizona hot. It's not 117 here, but it's not a dry heat. It is a hot, humid heat. It feels like 99 today. And in Minnesota, that's gross. All right, let's go ahead. This time I'm going to remember to pop that layer up. Okay, a little glue. My glue is really coming out fast today. So I don't know what's going on with that. Anyway, how am I on camera? I'm good. Not quite straight. This is why I like the liquid glue. I can pick that up and fix it if it's not quite right. All right, this is going on dimensionals. I think I want full size. Here we go. Let's go ahead and pop this up. How many dimensionals do you guys use? I'm not a huge, like, I think probably this could have had, well, it's a weird size, but probably 4. And you'll also notice no straight lines. So I don't always do straight lines. Okay. Pick those all up. Robin is from Scotland, as in Scotland, South Dakota. Clever. Clever Robin. Alright, we're going to kind of offset that. And then I'm going to put glue just on the bottoms of these, because I want them kind of loosey-goosey. And I want them tucked under. Okay, there's one. I shouldn't say loosey-goosey, but I kind of want them popped up a little bit. Okay, and this one I'm going to trim off that. Nobody will know. And I'm going to put a small dimensional on the back of this one and this one. The others are going to be on top of that. Let's go up just a little. Okay, so I put a dimensional under this one and this one, and then I glued these two. Now I've got one more leaf here. I don't think I need it. Anyway, all right, now on the inside, I'm going, oh, and we're popping this up, remember? This is where I like the foam sheets. Not the right scissor, but, and I think I'll put 5. See, I'm going to end up with 1 left over again. On the foam sheets, I always feel like I really don't need my pick tool either, because they're nice and big. Easy to grab. And one in the middle so it doesn't sink. I do know that there are demonstrators that will put 9 on here, and I'm not that demo. Again, everything costs money. Okay, Now the inside. So the inside, remember, it's a smaller piece of white, but still plenty of room for a sentiment. And I can fill some of that. I was originally going to put this on the inside. Okay, maybe I'll do that. I think I like that. And then I might even, I think when you put this smaller inside, you're more inclined to use up some of your bits, as Beck would say, my friend from Australia. You're more inclined to use up your little scraps. So let's just go ahead and fussy cut one more flower. And this will help finish off the inside. So what did you learn today, or what did I leave you inspired with? Are you going to go ahead and pull out your in color 6x6 DSP? Are you going to order the in color DSP because you didn't have it and now you have to have it? Because that's what happens when you watch a fellow demonstrator, or a demonstrator period. You always feel like you need to have what they're showing, right? All right, let me clean up here a little bit. And when I say clean up, I mean shove it all off to the side. All right, there you have it. Card. Oh, we need bling. We need bling, bling, bling. I want to put something more than the in colors. I want to put, I think I want to put pearls on here. This just feels pearl-ish to me. Yeah, I'm going to do pearls. You know, if you get the pearls, you can color them any color you want with the in-color blends. So if you don't have all the in-color blends, you can make them any color you want. Oops. I need new putty on the end here, it looks like. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go wild here. 1, 2, 3. Look at that. 6. I don't know if I love 6 or not, but that's what I did, right? All right, so 2 cards today. Let's bring the camera down using the in color 6x6 DSP. Tony says he pulled out the in color DSP earlier today and is doing a mystery stamping tonight with another demo. However, waiting for another grandson to be born. Oh, well, are you going to miss the grandson being born, or are you going to miss the mystery class? Tough call there, huh, Tony? Congratulations on a grandson. So, all right, I'm going to flip the camera back up. If you don't have a demonstrator that you already order from, let me know. I can send you a catalog. The new ones, the mini catalog is just coming out. And a lot of new fun Christmas stuff. My order should be here on Monday with all of the new, well, not all, some of the new Christmas and Halloween and fall. So that's going to be really fun to work with. Let me know if you need a catalog. Let me know if you want to order anything. Remember, in colors are all 15% off this month only. So thanks for watching, and if you make a card with anything in color, post it. I will post these pictures and then post yours in the comments. And maybe there'll be a surprise in your mailbox for posting the picture. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.